A lot of people getting in touch. What should now happen at Tottenham? Danny played for Tottenham. It still remains one trophy, 22 years, the last of which came in 2008. What's it going to take to change this seemingly weak mindset that they've got?
Well, mindset comes from quality of players, experience, wisdom, all those different things. The best players have the best mindset, and that costs money. Investment's always about investment. But let's get one thing straight. I think it's important to say that performance from Tottenham initiated a conversation that make us think Tottenham squad is really poor. They've got some wonderful players. That's not a team that's not capable of playing on the front foot and causing teams problems. We've seen that earlier in the season. Let's get one thing. When you set up against Man City or any team, you have an offensive plan and a defensive plan, and you work damn hard at it. Now, the one thing you can't do is you can't go after Manchester City and press them and play high energy if you don't have the legs in your team to do it. Now, what did he do? He picked Moura and Son, legs, energy, fitness, pace. He picked Winks and Lo Celso alongside Højbjerg, legs, energy. Love getting forward, can get forward and back, Winks and Lo Celso. Good, young, energetic, hungry players. And they've got two fullbacks that can run all day. Quick. Didn't go after them. Didn't press. Didn't play on the front foot. Never once played any long balls up to Kane to get runners off him. Never mixed the game up. Never put a tackle in. Cup final. If you're losing or you're getting battered, I want to see some anger. I want to see some passion, some yellow cards, some commitment, players making decisions. Don't care what the tactical plan is. I am coming out of position. I'm going to nail someone. I'm going to set the tone. I'm going to make a difference. None of it. It was embarrassing first half. They got
Where does that come from? Does it come from the coach, come from the players? Because the narrative that we've been fed, right, is there's going to be, we're free of Mourinho and his miserable attitude and disposition and throwing players under the bus. So where did that manifest itself? In the soliloquy you've just given about people laying a glove on one another, people playing in a certain way. That comes from the players as much as it comes from the coach as well, doesn't it?
To a degree. I heard Ryan talking afterwards about the plan, and what he was talking about, he's tried to change this last week and go a different way. And what he's talking about is playing out from the back. Because if you notice in the game, they played out nearly all the time from the back, even when City went 4-5 high. 4-5 players high, we're going to stop you playing out from the back. They still persisted in trying to play through. So what Ryan was saying, the players have got on board this week with us trying to become what City are, ultimately, is what he was saying. Now, I'm sorry, that when you've got one of the big, strongest, best hold-up centre-forwards in world football...
Get it into him.
Mix it up.
Yeah.
Of course you can play out occasionally. You don't want to be long ball all the time. Get him up against the centre-half, knock a few up, get the legs of Son, Moura running off him. Lo Celso and Winks. They have good players going forward. We never saw them.
Yeah.
There was no variation.
And pull the fullbacks, Man City fullbacks back a bit, by definition.
Just mix it up, try something.
Now, so many people are asking Danny, would it have been different under Mourinho? Probably it would have been yesterday, Simon. Well, but the fact of the matter is... The thought process that we understand was Daniel Levy's thought process was, in case he wins this on Sunday, I've got to sack him now. For whatever the reason is.
Well, that's what we've been ruminating.
Because after it would be more difficult to get rid of him.
I floated the scenario that perhaps you've got an unfair dismissal claim, very much like Conte, for being successful at Chelsea and being fired for delivering what he should have been delivered, and you've got an unfair dismissal claim. But I'm more interested in evaluating what it was that Tottenham were attempting to do, Danny, because you've got some very strong views on that in the game that we saw on Sunday, and what the outcome could have been if Tottenham had set up differently.
You could play well and lose to Man City, so let's get that right. Whatever plan. And I'm not suggesting Mourinho would have gone out and gone like the Red Arrows. He wouldn't, but he'd have been better defense. They'd have been in a better shape. I thought they missed an opportunity. I thought Ryan missed an opportunity, and Powley and Ledley. It's a free hit, that was. Free hit to get the fans on board, play with Semedo, have a go. And if you get done, you get done, because nobody expected them to beat them anyway. I just thought it was a safe bet. He's already working there. Yes, he's an intelligent lad, and I'm sure he'd go on to be good.
Stay in the framework,
But they could have done something a bit outside the box. I mean, I mentioned in my column someone like Robbie Keane. Fans love him. He's got a bit of anger in it. You know, Robbie's a fiery character. He's a leader, just to give everyone a lift. Harry Redknapp type character coming in, an older guy, Keano, a younger one, Tottenham, whoever it may be, someone to give players a lift. What Ryan's done is he's and he talked about it, so I'm only saying what I heard him say. He said this week he's had a few days to work on it. He's tried to get a different mindset, get them playing more against the best
That's just stupid, isn't it? You've got the best team. You're matching a team up against it's better than you. One thing you don't do is go strength for strength with an opposition that's better at that, doing what they do. You do what you do. You do what you do. But by the same token, if you know what you're doing with respect to Ryan, 30 minutes into a game when it's so glaringly obvious to football brains that this is not a tactic, a setup that's going to work, you change it. The fact you don't change it means that you're not. With due respect to them, that you shouldn't be in that position to be able to make these decisions.
I think he was put in a position that he's not ready for.
Of course,
but he had people around him. I don't know what Parley was saying in his ear, but I didn't see him standing next to him for the majority of the first half. Usually, what happens is with coaches, this can happen to senior coaches as well. When you've not conceded, and you've rode your luck a little bit. You think, the players might work it out themselves. Yeah. They might start work, and it can happen. Yeah. It can happen where second half they did get a little bit.
Should be able to happen, by the way.
Yeah. But it was so glaring.
Yeah,
it was so obviously getting. I mean, they weren't just on the back foot. It was embarrassing for half an hour. I mean, it was really that bad.